Hello, I thought I would come on and do a reading looking at what does the universe want you to know next. So whether you're seeing this is the right time for you, and hopefully there's a message within this that's of value or that will help you in terms of your journey. If not, just disregard this, obviously, um, because if something is meant to be for you, then you will obviously it will resonate with you. So that's that's where we need to be today. So just starting off this reading, we have a number of cards I've chosen, which just give us a general feel of the energy that's coming forward for us at this particular point in time. So it's a very powerful week. It feels like a very powerful week because we start off with this Seraphim's Gateway card, and this is from the Kyle Gray, basically the Gateway of Light activation cards, and this is about the fact at the moment there are, the Seraphim are often angels or people from the spirit realm, but often angels. And so basically this is about a blessing that's coming to us at this particular point of time, that these angels are around us, and they're basically helping us. They're helping us unlock the power of our own voices, because in a sense they are here to help us be heard, to allow us to speak the words, to sing the words, to be the words that we need to say. And it's also really important to know that when these beings are around us, that we're actually being held in a really loving space, and they're actually asking us they're also activating within us some of the own angelic sort of frequencies within us as well, which we also hold. And so, this is just signifying that you are someone who wants to really make a difference in the world. And because of this, because you want to make a difference, and because you are someone who's gifted, that you hold this angelic intention and you're being attuned to this angelic frequency, and also this divine support, because these seraphim are around you to help you do so. The next card is the going forward card. So this is actually about the fact that there's a path waiting for you to move forward on. And maybe you've had some, some reflections, or some, you've been listening or hearing things, and you've thought to yourself, this is maybe what I need to do. And so it's actually a bit of a sign that with this angelic support around, that you now need to move forward in some sort of direction, and that there's light and there's love and there's all sorts of beautiful positive things coming as well. The card next to it is surrender to the divine, the full moon. So this means that there's been like a climax. There's something that's actually really come together for you now, because full moons they happen for us at a time when we've done a lot of work. We've planted the seeds, we've tended the seeds, and now it's at a point where we're actually reflecting on what are we actually growing, what's really coming together for us. And at that point, it's like when we've done all the work, all we can actually do is really surrender to the divine and say, it's now up to you. I've done my work, you know what I mean? And the card next to it is the take a break card. So in a sense, a life's work is not a season, it's actually, something that it's important to take a break, you know what I mean? So we're here to walk the journey. We're here for the long term. So sometimes we actually need to take a break, and we actually need to basically have a rest, sort of stop in many ways where we're actually heading, so that we can just really start to integrate everything that's happening. Because with sometimes this divine energy that comes through us, we really do have, we can sometimes get really, really quite almost a bit overloaded, because there's so much coming through for us. And so taking a break really allows us, it's almost like it allows the energy to percolate or come together or integrate in a way so that it comes together, so you can actually make sense of everything that's going on, so that when you're looking at this journey where you are moving forward and we are going forward, you're actually clearer about where you're actually moving forward to and what the destination is, because that's equally as important, particularly as you start to move into more of that sense of yourself and what you're doing for not only yourself, but actually the planet as well. So with the tarot cards, we have the Seven of Swords. So there's been a sense in the past that maybe you have not felt like mentally you've not felt totally settled. Maybe you've felt really restless. Maybe you've felt like things are a little bit up in the air. Maybe if things felt like things are not particularly clear either, or there's perhaps been a level of dishonesty, or and there's been some sort of loss, you know what I mean? But also in this sense, it's like he's actually, in this card, he's actually stealing these swords from these soldiers who are trying to attack them. So in a sense, it's also about actually maybe looking at ourselves mentally, looking at the things that we carry mentally that actually stop us from moving forward as well, and maybe actually really addressing those things so that we can actually move forward in whatever we're needing to do. So the next card is the Queen of Cups. And so she's a very loving, compassionate, very caring, nurturing sort of energy. She also brings with her a lot of psychic and spiritual insight and information, which is really, really powerful for us. So maybe in terms of just trying to clear out these mental thoughts, these things that are attacking us, that are not, helping us on our journey forward, she then can bring in this energy of actually a lot more spiritual awareness and knowledge that will help us really get into a deeper place of understanding what it is that we need to do, what really makes our heart sing and really resonate, and where we need to move forward. Because the Queen of Cups is someone who very much is living in her heart space. She's someone who understands and really, she's a very mature person. She's not a page, so she's someone who's really come to terms with what is it that I need, in terms of my own emotional well-being, and what do I need in terms of also, what does my heart really say to me in terms of what I need, for my life. And I live from a place of not just knowing what that is on a mental level, but now actually starting to live that as well. So I'm making choices, about that in my life. And sometimes those can be powerful choices. Sometimes for some of us, they can also be choices where we're basically perhaps sacrificing parts of ourselves for other people because we feel like that's what we need to do. We're very loving, we're very nurturing of other people. And perhaps in those places, we also need to sometimes remember just to nurture and love and care for ourselves as well, so we don't get lost in it. But it's in certainly tuning into that and getting rid of those negative thoughts that are not staying with us, that we actually really start to hear that sense of our own inner voice and our intuition, which hopefully guides us on our new direction and also leads us into our place. And our heart can be that place where we actually start to do that. Maybe that's our inner knowing as such. That's where our power really lives. And so by listening to that heart, listening to that higher power, we really then start to move forward. And what we then have after this is we have the Three of Cups. So there's a celebration. So there's some news coming in that's really worth celebrating. So maybe we've done the work, and we actually now feel like we've done the work. And so new exciting things can come to us. There's celebrations, there could be, pregnancies or weddings or graduations or, important events going on for us as well, depending on what, is going on for us. But it's also a time to basically have a lot of gratitude around what we've been given and what's coming in for us. And also to really connect with our communities. And it's not just our communities in terms of local communities. It can be our soul tribe. It can be our families. It can be communities of people who support us in our journey and who share our thoughts and values, in terms of where we're heading, so that we're actually feeling that sense of celebration with people who are really going to appreciate us. And so what comes next after this is, a sense of accomplishment. So maybe we've got the King of Pentacles here. So maybe we've really achieved something. There's been some sort of financial security, success, prosperity. Maybe we've been able to create the wealth and the abundance, or it could just be that we brought in the relationship and the family and the things we need that make us feel grounded and that help us feel like we've succeeded and bring us that sense of security and prosperity we feel. Because sometimes that abundance is not only just material, but it can be in relationships and family, and that everything we've actually done in terms of bringing that together is really, really important. And so things are really turning out beautifully for us, and that we have, a good person around us, good people around us, could be a good spouse or a partner around us as well at this time, is really supporting us in terms of helping us really dive deeply into what it is that our heart actually wants and needs. And what then comes with that is the two of cups. And so this is about the love or a relationship, could be about those things. Can also be about us actually connecting with our higher power or our our divine soul. So in a sense, it's not simply, because the cups can be not only emotional cards, but they can also be very spiritual cards too. So maybe it's about us coming into a relationship with the loving soul within us all, and actually then being able to really give that to other people. So that's a very, very powerful place. And there can be a real exchange here, where we start to then share some of the things, our heartfelt wishes. We send them out to our higher power in the universe, and maybe we get back some of the things that we really, really want and really, really want to attract in our lives as well. And what comes next is the Queen of Fire. So she's basically a very, very talented, compassionate, she's very, very energetic, fiery sort of personality. This could also be you, or this is a part of you within yourself, because once you have that connection with your own higher power, then your spirit as well, then you then can start to live from a very fiery, passionate sort of place, where you're able to make your dreams come true, because she basically really comes into form, and she's got that very creative energy as well, as fire tends to. So she can create some amazing opportunities, and maybe this is about you really bringing together those creative projects that you've been really desiring to make happen, and suddenly it's like you have the energy. And what this does finally is that there's a sense of success for you. So there's a flow of abundance, which is really, really important. There's good things coming to you. Some of this, the Six of Cups, can also be Six of Pentacles, sorry, can also be that you could have some unexpected windfalls as well. There's the extra flow of abundance. Maybe you're sharing your wealth as well, because with that six, it's like it's not just about accumulating, it's also about sharing. And sharing is really powerful, because it then the fully nourished soul, the soul that's actually really done its work, not just only seeks to take what comes to it, but as we create more, we then have the opportunity to share more, and that becomes really, really important. And so there's an opportunity here to share all the beautiful things that you've been able to create from that very, very beautiful, loving heart space, supported by those angels, around us, who, these beautiful angelic forces around us, who've actually been there creating and supporting whatever we want to do, whatever project we need to do, that helps us not only move forward for ourselves, but also move forward for the planet on the whole, move forward for others, because maybe that's a part of that divine sort of purpose and that divine support that we're seeking, to be able to do higher things, more powerful things, which lead us, on our life purpose and on our journey. So this is a very, very powerful time. So I say to you, take the time, reflect, meditate, and then if opportunities present, because oftentimes when we're in that space of receivership, opportunities do come to us. You'll get messages as well with the angels around you. They will bring you divine messages too, and they'll bring you the divine things that you're actually seeking at this particular point in time. So I wish you lots of love, and I hope that whenever you're ready, whenever you're seeing this, you have many good things coming for you. So love and light to you all. Bye for now.